Today I'm going to be talking about the best platforms for marketing your business on social media. And overall, this is just going to summarize which platform I feel is the best for the kind of person who really just wants to put all of their marketing and time chips into one single pile and dedicate to that platform. So without further ado, the platform that I think is the best social media platform to advertise and to market for your small business in 2021 is Facebook. And now, before I lose all of my audience, keep in mind that, Instagram, TikTok, and all those other platforms you might have thought that I was going to say over Facebook, those are still very good at multiple different things. But Facebook is the best platform, I believe, for marketing your small business in 2021, and I'm gonna break that down into three main reasons why. But for all of you who thought I was going to say TikTok or Instagram, I totally understand, and keep in mind, I definitely have some videos that talk a little bit about my strategies for growing on those different platforms, and I'll link one of them somewhere up above my head. And real quick, before we dive into why I think Facebook is the best platform, please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you haven't yet. Liking the video helps share it to more and more people so I can help get my message across and help improve our social media literacy among the small business world. And subscribing is always a wonderful thing to do, and I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed so far. So thank you so much, and let's get started. Now again, this may come as a surprise to everybody who thought I was going to say Instagram or TikTok were the best platforms for marketing your business in 2021. Facebook has some really awesome characteristics that are unique to that platform that kind of set it apart from the rest. And those features work especially well for businesses. So the first thing that I think Facebook really runs away with is its audience. And I know whenever I would talk to people with social media consulting calls with any clients that I've had in the past, everyone always says the same kind of thing. They think that Facebook is dead and that nobody goes on Facebook anymore, and then, kids don't even use Facebook anymore, so why should I use it for my small business, and all this kind of stuff. And I totally understand why people think that's the case, because a lot of those things are kind of true. Facebook definitely does not appeal to a younger audience. If you look at the youngest generation, Gen Z, most, if not all of them, are not on Facebook. They tend to be more on Instagram and TikTok and things like that. And I understand that when the younger generations kind of pull closer to another platform and those platforms are growing more, it looks more appealing, and it looks like that's where you should probably put your time and effort into the platform that's growing more. But that's not always exactly what you should do. First off, Gen Z, for the most part, is not on Facebook, and for 99% of businesses out there, missing out on that key market is totally okay. The oldest Gen Zers out there are about 22 to 23 years old right now. Most of them are in college, and in no way, shape, or form are going to be the primary target for your marketing dollars. For the most part, most of them don't have any disposable income yet anyway. And while the Instagrams and TikToks of the world are growing very rapidly, especially compared to Facebook, that's because they have smaller audiences, and therefore there's more of an audience to grow into. Whereas Facebook has already expanded to a lot of that audience, and that's why they don't grow quite as quickly. And with Facebook being around for a while, people are more familiar with that platform, and a lot of generations, even though it might seem like that, are going to use Facebook as their core social media platform because they're more familiar with it, and a lot of people don't want to be bothered to learn a whole new social media platform, when for the most part, Facebook gets the job done for them. So when it comes to the argument about which platform has the best audience for businesses, I think Facebook kind of takes the cake. They by far have the largest audience, and that audience tends to be demographics that are going to be best for most businesses to try and get in front of attention-wise. The second reason why I think Facebook is such a great platform in 2021 is because of the different ways and the ease at which you can create content on that platform. And this is really huge, especially for small businesses who don't have a huge digital marketing department or even a huge marketing department in general. Creating content is very hard, and it's very tough to get it right, and it takes a lot of hours. And some entrepreneurs, based off their industry, might be gifted with Photoshop skills or Adobe Premiere or video editing skills, things like that. But at the end of the day, if you don't have Photoshop skills, or you don't have Premiere skills, or you don't have either of those skills, Facebook still is a great platform to be able to create content in without having to know how to create amazing graphical works of art, whereas that might be kind of more the norm on other platforms. You have a lot of different options when it comes to creating content on Facebook. You can do pictures, you can do video, you can do links, and caution here. When I say you can post links, I do mean you can post links to your website, but you do not want to abuse that. I have other videos that talk about exactly why you don't don't want to abuse that, and I'll be mentioning it further down the line in future videos as well. But at the end of the day, creating content, there's no platform that gives you as much variety as Facebook, and that's huge because no matter what business you're in, you can find a way to create some kind of content on Facebook. And the last big reason I think that Facebook is the place to market your business in 2021 is because of Messenger. Now, Messenger is amazing when you're trying to reach out to leads who are going to be potential customers, and it's especially amazing if you market business to business. So remember when we talked in the beginning about how all audiences are on Facebook? This is great because pretty much all businesses have Facebook as well, and you're going to see why that's huge in a second. So when you follow a business page on Facebook, right after you do that, they're going to show you a list of very similar pages that the algorithm thinks that you're going to be interested in because you followed that first page, right? And this is huge because let's say you're trying to pitch something, or your potential clients are, let's say, real estate agents, right? And you go onto Facebook and you like a real estate broker or real estate agent's page. As you scroll down, you're going to see a list of potential other real estate agents that either that first agent is associated with, or just other agents that Facebook realizes you might be interested in because you like the page of that first real estate agent. And so what this does is it creates an endless chain of potential leads, which is all stemming off of the last person whose page you liked. So as you go through this funnel, you can just continually like pages and get access to different businesses and different pages that are associated with your key demographics. And the coolest part about this is you can easily message those businesses through Messenger once you like their page. So once you've found 50 to 100 different clients just clicking through Facebook in the matter of like 5 or 10 minutes, you can now send them a message individually to that potential lead who, if you did your process correctly and you only followed pages that are the key demographic that you want to be targeting, those are going to be pretty warm leads to be contacting. And what's really great about all of this is ever since Facebook decided to make Messenger its own separate app, separated from the Facebook app, getting a Messenger message is very, very similar to getting a text message in that there's a lot of appeal to open that message because we just don't have such crazy high volume of those. If you compare it to email marketing, when you get another email, that's just one in the 100 or 200 different emails you're going to get in a day or a week or whatever. So it ends up being kind of a drop in the bucket, and it's much harder to stand out as the person sending those emails. But when you look at text messages or Messenger, which is going to feel to most people just as important as a text message, you have so much less competition and therefore so much more access to somebody's attention, and that's phenomenal if you're targeting very, very warm leads. So I don't know about you, but pretty much every time I get a Messenger message, I open it. I treat it basically like I do if I get a text message. Chances are I'm gonna read that message. So now you have an opportunity where you can target all of these different businesses that are inside of a subsect of marketing that you are trying to market toward. And then you can just send them personalized messages, take a little bit of extra time, don't just spam the same message to every single person. But this is going to save you a ton of time, and it's going to not waste so much marketing dollars building up an email database and then sending it out for tons of people just to be only opened by like 5% or less of those people. This is a far better system, and it's something I like to call warm calling because it works a lot like cold calling, except it's actually effective and you're only targeting people who are likely to be interested. So at the end of the day, with these 3 big characteristics, and to be honest, a lot of other characteristics I didn't really have time to dive into today, Facebook still kind of remains king for me when it comes to marketing on a specific social media platform. And of course, this doesn't mean to shun anybody who runs their business primarily through TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter. All of these social media platforms have benefits and drawbacks. Social media marketing is a lot like dieting, right? So you can do dieting a million different kinds of ways, but at the end of the day, if you're not consistent, you're not going to be seeing consistent results. And it works the exact same way with content creation and social media marketing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up so that this video can be seen by more people, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos about millennial business marketing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.